Morning all. Today is Thursday, I think, and I'm currently working the afternoon shift at work. Over this week, I've not really done much. I've had my Mazda on the ramp, getting that prepped up for another little jaunt down to Kerbera sprint track, so I needed the ramp for that. Now that's done, I've got the Austin back on the ramp, bit precariously, but it is on there, and actually we've got a bit more room underneath it to work. Now I'm sure Fred Dimner would approve of this. We've got a little ratchet strap just holding it down in case it decides to seesaw off. I don't think it will. I've been jumping up and down on it and it's been fine, so that's more for my psychological benefit than anything else. We're getting into doing the floor pan now, aren't we? So I'm going to get underneath and sort of show you what's under there, and then I'll tell you my thoughts about how I'm going to get the floor out. Right, let's crawl under here. I feel like an old man. Well, I'm an old man. So here we go, look, we're under. Oh, you can see the new bits we've put in. That looks looking cool, isn't it? So we've got to get this part out. But we need to keep this part, this subframe part, chassis rail part, in. So if I was going to be removing it from the top, I don't know where this is. So my thoughts are to drill holes from underneath at the corners of the subframe. So I'll put a hole there, put a hole close to the top up there, the same this side, and the same down the bottom here somewhere, so that when I cut the floor out from the top, I'll know that if I go to where the holes are, it means that I won't be cutting into the chassis. And with a bit of luck, we'll not cut the car in half. We're going to use a plasma cutter for this. And if you're using anything like that, you really need a fire watch while you're doing it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the hose pipe out, and I'm going to get my fire extinguisher off the wall, and I will see if the wife will come out, just to make sure that I don't set fire to the place. Let's see what happens, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to sort of be out of frame for this because you're in the car, and I think we're a bit too big for us all to get in here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop a hole in the corner so I can see where the hole is from underneath the car. I'm going to bring it in about, I don't know, 30 mil each side. Put a hole in there so I can see where the hole is under the car, and that'll give me a rough clue to where the corner is, if you know what I mean. I know that doesn't make much sense, but it makes sense in my head. I might have to take the gearbox mount out as well. This has had many layers of hammerite, black tar stuff and all sorts over it, and it's not obvious where the edges are. And this is why I'm just popping a little hole in here. Okay, we've got a hole. Now I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to shine a light through the hole that you can see. Yeah, shine a light through the hole that you can see. This is just basically a reference for me marking it up downstairs. Oh yeah, oh brilliant, I can see the hole. That's perfect. Okay. Now, I don't know if you heard that, but I basically said that I can see the hole. That's in a very good place actually. The bit that we don't want to take out runs sort of down here. So now, from downstairs up, I'm going to put a few more holes in it. And hopefully you might be able to see the drill bit coming through. Did you see the drill coming through? Good. Right then. I'm out of breath. I'm going to get a marker pen. And we're going to draw in. In fact, I'm just going to put another line there because another hole there. For my reference. And we're going to draw the lines in now to where I think it's going to come out. And we'll see if they make sense. Yeah, don't worry, I am here, I'm just thinking. Stay where you are for a minute. Right, we should still be filming. Yeah, we are. I know it's dark in here, you just have to bear with me a minute. We're going to go roughly down there like that. Then we're going to go across here. Then, this is just a big dot to dot, this is. Following where the holes are that we've drilled. Down there like that. Okay. Across there. Now this is where the gearbox mount is. Across there like that. I might just come out a bit and give myself a bit of wiggle room. I'm standing on a pair of step ladders, which is why I'm sounding a bit out of breath. Okay, from there, that's straightforward, straight across the bottom. Like that. And then to there to finish. Okay. The bit we don't want to cut out is this bit. That's where the chassis is. So we're going to cut the rest out. Clean up the edges to see how the edges are joined in. I suspect it'll be spot welds. And we'll go from there. Right, let's get set up. Well, I'm not afraid to admit that was a bit nerve-wracking. Bloody sparks everywhere. Dead noisy in the car. But I think for a first go with a plasma cutter, that was alright, that was. Definitely pleased that I bought it. Right, let's see if it's worked. We've only bloody done it. Look at that, look. Okay. I've got you off the tripod now. Let's have a quick look inside it, shall we? There we go. Nothing but a great big hole. Now around the edges it's got seam seal around it, and I'm pretty sure if I clean that off I'll be able to see where some of the spot welds are. Then we can get the remainder out cleanly. You can see the bit of the chassis that we needed to keep in, and again we'll try and find the spot welds on that to get the top layer out. I'm dead chuffed with that. It's come out alright, hasn't it? Right, again, I keep saying this, but I've got to go to work. It's, yeah, it's knocking on, it's nearly 11:30. I don't know what time we came in here, but I reckon that's only took about an hour and a half to get it out. That includes setting up the new machine and what have you. It does make a bit of a mess, but, yeah, I'll get all that hoovered up. Anyway, might be able to have an hour on it tomorrow. Yeah, should be able to. We'll have a go at cleaning the floor up to see if we can find the spot welds. See you in a minute. Hey up! I'm out today at Stoke Rugby Club. Today is Saturday. I love saying what day it is. Anyway, I'm out at Stoke Rugby Club because the Austin A30, A35 posse are having their international meet. So I'm amongst lots and lots of Austin A30, A35 owners. And I've just met the guy. I'm here because I wanted to buy some more repair panels for my Austin back home. And I've just met a guy called Hans, and he's from Holland, and he's the guy who makes them. What a fabulous bloke. Absolutely brilliant fella to meet. I'm going to head home now. I'm not going to hang about too long, but I will just flash my camera over a few cars that are here. And I'm going to head home. Have a quick look round while I'm here. There's some right trick motors, look. I don't know what they call that. What do they call that? You'll have to leave it in the comments below. I've just seen a fella back there selling a back seat, and I've just sold my back seat for 45 quid. Right. A fella over there selling the full interior for 800. So I got a bit worried for a minute, but I asked him, I said, you know, what's the back seat worth? He says, worth about 50 quid. Crikey, I thought I'd just lost the lottery for a minute then. Right, we're back home after meeting loads of people at the 2025 Potteries Rally. We've got some booty in the bag. I think what I'll do is I'll walk you around with a tripod, I'll hold up what we've got, then you can see how much more work we've got to do. I forgot 2 panels, and I remembered them when I wasn't too far away, but to be honest with you, I've got enough to be getting on with. Still haven't got the floor pan in it. We cut it out. 2 days ago, can't remember. So I've still got to do that. But while you're there, we've got this bit. Now let me just see if we're in frame or not. Yes, we are. This bit is that bit. Yeah. This part, which is a weird shape, goes under here. And the fact that my whole hand can disappear suggests that I'm either inseminating a cow or we've got a massive hole. That replaces it. Look at that, look. 25 quid. Brilliant. Okay, we'll walk you around the front. Let me just check to see if you're still in frame. Yeah, there we go. That's not too bad. Let's put you there. Okay. Right, bear with me. This bit, which was like a relatively simple part, is made out of some real good material. That's really thick stuff, and that's the front balance part. You can't really see from where you are, but that's that bit. Apparently that's quite hard to fit. We'll have a look at that in a bit. That was some good money. 80 quid. Then we've got these bits. How around does that go? That's that side. Which is going to need a bit of work to get that to fit, but that's there. Actually, you can see the panel on the inside. It's not too bad. We've got the same for that side. Let me move you again. Let's bring you around here. There we go. So you can see that bit. Then we've got that bit, which looks a bit strange because the plate's in the wrong way around. It just wants to turn you around, but that is that bit. So as you can see, I've got plenty to be getting on with. I forgot to get, you can get a repair panel. Turn you around. You can get a repair strip for the bottom of the door panel. This is about that full of rust in the bottom of the door. And every time you move it, more rust falls out the bottom of it. And I forgot to get that. But I think we've got enough to be getting on with for now. The next job really is to start getting the floor out. So it's well past the beer o'clock. I've not had one yet. It is, right, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to see if I can, if I don't manage to get it out, I'm at least going to clean the joins up so I can see where the spot welds are. That'd be a good goal for this afternoon. Okay. We're going to need a bigger car. We're going to need a bigger boat. It's going to be hard to film this, I think. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean the paint off around here. There's a flange underneath there that I need to find. There's a flange underneath there that I need to find. And we need to find the spot welds where the chassis rail is. So I'll film it. We can speed it up. I think it's going to be, I think I'll start off with a scraper first. Just see a lot of this just like this old crispy paint that comes off quite easily. Then I might run the wire brush over it and then we'll see what we can find. So I'll leave the camera running and you'll just have to follow me. It's quite dark in here. I've got the door shut down as well because I don't want to make too much noise, but yeah. Yeah. We're not done much, have we? We need to get cracking. This is going to take a month of Sundays trying to drill all these spot welds out. So I'm not going to bother filming it. What I'll do is I'll keep bashing away at it. Then when I get to something where I feel like, you know, I might have it, we'll crack the videos up again. But you can sort of see, excuse me, he must have been some deranged fella on the spot welding machine that day. He didn't want it to come out in an hurry, that's for sure. I've got my drill. I've got a can of beer. I'm going to just keep bashing away at this. I reckon I've got, I don't know, that's going to take me a good long while to get these spot welds out. So I'll give you a shout when I'm somewhere close. Today is Tuesday. Now, where are we now? Let's have a quick think about where we've been. So, right, you last saw me on Saturday when I'd been to the A35 International Beano and we scored some panels and we said we were going to try and get the floor out. That was Saturday. Sunday came along, I had an hour at it, wasn't feeling it. Monday, yesterday, I was at Kerber in the Mazda. So today, I've got to do it. I've got to try and get the floor out. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've had about an hour and a half at this and I'm fed up of it already. There's no lying. All I'm doing is drilling spot welds out. But look how many spot welds are in it. Absolutely crazy. There's a guy on the Facebook page, on the Nick Knack Facebook page, that reckons this guy was getting paid per spot weld, and I think he was right. It is coming out, look, very slowly. You can see how many, well, yeah, loads of spot welds about to drill out. We're just getting into that corner now, which means I'm having to sort of chisel them out with a hammer left-handed, which is, I've not ate my thumb yet, but it's inevitable. Yeah. Now this is something I need to think about. The hole there would be for a left-hand drive brake master cylinder, and we aren't going to need that. But the gap in here, when I took the top off, was full of mud that's come through these holes. Now, it's never going to be left-hand, well, it's never going to be left-hand drive while I own it. And I'm wondering whether to just cut that out and put a flat bit of plate in there so that no moisture can get in between the floor and the chassis. So that's something I'm going to have to think about. I could just weld the holes up, which would probably be a bit quicker. And let's face it, no one's ever going to see it. But for now, we're still drilling out spot welds. I'm not filming it, it's dead boring. It's too early for a pint. We've just got to keep bashing away at it. Holy some Moses! that was a bugger to get out. And I've just been trying to work it out. I reckon I've had 2, 3, I reckon I've had 5 hours getting that floor pan out. But it's out. And it's not looking too bad at all. It's looking pretty good. I've offered the new one in. We need to trim the flange on this front bit here. Just need to take a little bit off that to make it fit. Then that can go in the hole. Right, can you see me? It's a bit dark in here. There we go. I might be going the wrong way about this. I just want to try and make a template for this hole. How's that looking? There we go. Right. We're going to transfer that to steel. Somebody gave me these. These are aviation snips. And I know why they gave them to me now. They're left-handed. You can't... You need to use them left-handed. And I'm nowhere... I can just about do it left-handed, but... To make it easier, you have to sort of... You can get left-handed, right-handed and centre cutters, and these... these are left-handed. What a bloody carry-on. Well, that'll do for that bit. I had to stitch it in because that chassis part, the metal's a lot thicker than the patch I put in. And if I'd have tried to do a continuous weld around it, I'd have blown a hole in the centre. So that's in. I'm going to plug the holes up where the bolts went through, and that'll be that. I'm not going to have to... I'm not going to grind it down. It's never going to be seen again. It'll save time. And my grinding discs and all the rest of it. Right, I'll fill the holes up next. There you go. How's that looking? To fill the little holes up, I just crank the amps up, cranks the wire up, and we'll let the old MIG sing. Like I say, I'm not going to grind it off. I'm just going to put loads of zinc paint in there. And that'll stop any water coming through in the gap that would have been left there had we have not filled them. So that's okay. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around it with the zinc paint. The zinc will take really a good hour sort of to cure. It's 20 to 1 I think. So I want to sit down and talk to you for a minute anyway. I'll get the tripod out and I'll get my chair out. I've done all that and I'm not showing you what it looks like with the floor pan in. Be a bit of a tease for you there. So that's the floor pan in. It does fit really well. There's a bit on the floor that wants just cutting off to make it sit. You see, I can explain it. This bit uses the flange on the car to weld it to, whereas this bit uses the flange on the floor to weld it to, and they're just slightly overlapping in the middle. So trim up that. That's going to go in an absolute perler. Really pleased with that. Yeah, right. I'm going to sit down. We'll have a wee chat. Don't worry, you're not getting a bollocking or anything. Right then, you lot. When I first started posting these videos, my progress was about 2 weeks ahead of me posting the videos. So I've been able to get a video out to you every week. But now it's caught up. I've got it, obviously. I had enough video for this week, you're watching it, but I don't think I'll have enough for next week. I am going to continue working on it, but I'm on the wrong shift next week to come in here and get a video out. So, I'm still making videos, I'm still in here, but there might be a bit more sporadic, if you like. And not only that, you know, I was going to say it's sunny outside and I should be able to enjoy myself. It's bloody throwing it down outside. There's a river going down the road. But yeah, summer's coming up and I'm going to go and enjoy summer as well. But like I've said, this is my hobby and I really enjoy doing this. And if I get a bit of spare time, I'm going to be in here enjoying myself doing it. Just, I've lost that 2 weeks worth of like video footage I had to get the videos out weekly. But now then, if you hit the subscribe button, you'll get an alert if I do post something. I will post something, I just don't know when. The next video, the floor's going to be going in, but that gives me something else to consider and something I've not spoken about. This car's going to be a retro mod. It's a project. I know nothing about Austin A35s. I didn't buy it because it was an Austin A35. I bought it because it was local and I fancied a new project. Here it is. What am I talking about? Oh yes, that was it. I might not be using the gearbox that's in it. I might be using, I'm not going to tell you what I'm using. It's not a 4 Type 9. It's not a Suzuki Jimny gearbox. You'll have to wait and see. If indeed I ever do it. But there's an order of events that needs to happen before I can weld the floor in, because I might need to modify the gearbox tunnel. And one of those will be taking the engine out and the gearbox out to offer up something else. So you might not be getting the floor welded in, is what I'm saying to you. We might be doing something else completely different. But hey, you'll have to wait and see, won't you? I would say have fun in the sun. Like I say, it's bloody persisting it down. So go for a walk in the rain. Get all wrapped up nice and warm. Have a wobble about in the rain. I'll see you next time when we don't know what we're doing. Might be the floor, it could be out. We'll see you next time.